Welcome back to the channel BBC Coin Collectors and Treasure Hunters. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins hiding in plain sight, the 1975 Liberty 1-cent coin with no mint mark. At first glance it may look like an ordinary penny sitting in your pocket or spare change jar, but some rare examples of this coin have shocked collectors with incredible market values reaching into the thousands of dollars. And yes, some rare reports online claim exceptional examples and rare mint errors connected to 1975 coins have reached astonishing prices in the collector market. That is why thousands of people continue searching through old coin collections every single day. The 1975 Lincoln penny was produced in enormous numbers by the United States Mint. Most no-mint mark pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not place a mint mark on pennies during that era. More than 5 billion of these coins were made, making ordinary examples extremely common today. But here is where things become exciting. Not every 1975 penny is the same. Certain rare error coins, special strike varieties, and coins preserved in near-perfect condition have become highly desirable to collectors around the world. These are the coins that can command serious money. Before we continue, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because we bring you the latest rare coin discoveries and hidden treasures that could be sitting in your own home right now. Now let us talk about what makes the 1975 no mint mark penny special. The front of the coin features Abraham Lincoln along with the famous word Liberty and the date 1975. On the back, you will find the Lincoln Memorial design that was used on pennies for decades. The coin was made primarily from copper, which already gives older pennies extra interest among collectors today. Most circulated examples are worth only a few cents. However, collectors pay attention to condition. A shiny red uncirculated coin with strong luster and no scratches can be worth significantly more than an average worn penny. Some high-grade certified examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in major auctions. But condition is only part of the story. The real money comes from minting errors. One of the most famous error types is the doubled die error. This happens when the coin die receives a doubled image during production, causing noticeable doubling on the letters or numbers. On some 1975 pennies, collectors look closely at the word Liberty and the date for signs of doubling. These error coins can be worth hundreds of dollars depending on their quality. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This occurs when the blank coin is not positioned correctly during minting, creating a design that appears shifted or partially missing. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin can become. Some off-center 1975 pennies have sold for impressive prices to collectors who love unusual mint mistakes. There are also clipped planchet errors, die cracks, cuds, and struck-through errors that can increase the value dramatically. Collectors especially love unique one-of-a-kind mint mistakes because no two error coins are exactly alike. Now here is something very important many people misunderstand online. A normal 1975 penny with no mint mark is not automatically rare just because the mint mark is missing. Philadelphia pennies during that time were supposed to have no mint mark. Coin experts and collectors regularly warn people not to confuse ordinary Philadelphia coins with genuine rare mint errors. However, rare authenticated error coins are a completely different story. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC examine coins carefully to verify authenticity and determine condition. A coin graded in extremely high mint state condition can become far more valuable than an ordinary circulated example. Even tiny differences in color, shine, and surface quality can dramatically affect the final price. Some collectors spend years searching through bankrolls hoping to find one hidden gem. Others buy estate collections, attend coin shows, or hunt through flea markets looking for overlooked treasures. Imagine finding a rare double die or dramatic off-center strike worth hundreds, or even thousands of dollars in a pile of old change. That possibility is exactly why coin collecting remains one of the most exciting hobbies in the world. Today we are diving deep into the incredible story behind this historic American coin, how to identify the valuable versions, and why collectors everywhere are searching through their pocket change hoping to discover this hidden treasure. The year 1976 was unforgettable in American history because the United States celebrated its bicentennial anniversary, marking 200 years of independence. While quarters and half dollars received special bicentennial designs, the Lincoln 1-cent coin kept its classic appearance featuring Abraham Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. That simple design may look ordinary at first glance, but hidden among billions of coins are a few rare examples worth life-changing money. The 1976 no mint mark penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that time, Philadelphia pennies did not carry a mint mark, which is why collectors call them no mint mark coins. More than 4.6 billion were struck, making them extremely common in circulation. However, rarity in coin collecting is not always about how many were made. Sometimes value comes from condition, color, striking quality, and minting errors. At first glance, your 1976 penny may appear ordinary, but collectors examine every detail carefully. The coin is made from 95% copper and weighs 3.11 grams. It has a rich reddish color when preserved well, and experts often grade these coins using professional scales from circulated condition all the way up to mint state 68 or higher. Most circulated 1976 pennies are worth only a few cents today. But when a coin survives for decades with blazing red luster, almost no scratches, and sharp details, its value rises dramatically. Some high-grade certified examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. According to collector guides and market reports, elite mint state examples of the 1976 no mint mark penny have reached astonishing prices because so few survive in nearly perfect condition. Now here is where things become truly exciting. Some rare 1976 pennies contain minting errors. These mistakes happened during the production process at the mint, and collectors absolutely love them because every error coin is unique. One of the most famous is the double die obverse error. On these coins, the lettering or date appears doubled due to a mistake during die creation. If you look closely at the words Liberty or I and God We Trust and notice doubling, you may be holding an extremely valuable coin. Another valuable variety is the off-center strike. This happens when the blank coin planchet is not aligned correctly during striking. Some 1976 pennies were struck partially off-center, creating unusual shapes and missing design areas. Depending on how dramatic the error is, collectors may pay hundreds of dollars for these fascinating coins. There are also die cracks, cut errors, clipped planchets, and the famous BIE error where a die crack appears between the letters B and E in Liberty, making it look like there is an extra letter I. Error collectors search constantly for these varieties because they add rarity and uniqueness to otherwise common coins. One major reason this coin receives so much attention online is because of sensational stories claiming certain examples sold for massive prices. While ordinary 1976 pennies are not worth millions, extremely rare specimens in top condition or with dramatic errors can achieve huge auction results. Online coin communities frequently discuss the possibility of discovering a hidden jackpot coin in circulation, which keeps excitement alive among collectors worldwide. Professional grading also plays a huge role in determining value. Companies like PCGS and NGC examine coins carefully and assign numerical grades. Even a tiny difference in condition can mean the difference between a 1-cent coin and a $1,000 collectible. For example, a coin graded MS67 red may be worth hundreds, while an MS68 example could skyrocket into the thousands because so few exist in that condition. Color is another important factor. Collectors divide copper pennies into 3 categories: brown, red-brown, and red. A fully red coin with original mint luster is usually the most valuable. Over time, copper naturally darkens, so finding a bright red 1976 penny after nearly 50 years is very difficult. That is why pristine red examples command premium prices in the market. If you want to check your own 1976 penny, start by examining the front of the coin. Look under the date. If there is no D or S mint mark, you have the Philadelphia version. Then inspect the coin carefully under bright light or magnification. Search for doubling, unusual shapes, cracks, or missing details. Also check the overall shine and condition. Coins with strong red color and sharp details are always more desirable to collectors. Today we are talking about one of the most talked about coins in the collector world, the 1979 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary penny sitting in your pocket change. But some rare examples of this coin have shocked collectors with incredible auction prices and collector demand. The idea that a single penny could be worth thousands, and in some rumors even millions, sounds unbelievable. But the world of rare coins is full of surprises. Hidden among billions of common pennies are a few extraordinary examples with rare errors, perfect condition, and historical importance that collectors are willing to pay huge money for. The 1979 Lincoln Memorial Cent was produced during an important era in American coin history. It was one of the last generations of pennies made mostly from real copper before the United States Mint switched to zinc pennies in the early 1980s. That alone already makes these coins interesting to collectors today. Now here is where things become exciting. Many people hear the phrase no mint mark and instantly think they found an error coin. But on 1979 pennies, no mint mark usually means the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint. That was completely normal for that time period. However, while most 1979 no mint mark pennies are only worth a few cents, a few rare examples in perfect condition or with unusual mint errors have sold for incredible amounts at auctions. Some top-graded coins have reached thousands of dollars in value. And this is why collectors continue searching through old jars, piggy banks, and coin rolls every single day. So what makes one 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin ordinary while another becomes a collector treasure? Let's find out. First, condition matters more than almost anything else in coin collecting. Most pennies from 1979 spent decades in circulation. They were scratched, worn down, and damaged through everyday use. But a tiny number survived in nearly perfect condition with bright original red color and sharp details. Collectors call these coins mint state red examples. The higher the grade, the rarer the coin becomes. According to collector price guides, some high-grade 1979 no-mint mark pennies have sold for more than $5,000 at major auctions. That may sound crazy for a 1-cent coin, but rarity changes everything. Now let's talk about the errors. Error coins are some of the most exciting discoveries in numismatics because they were accidentally created during the minting process. These mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into a collector dream. One popular error on the 1979 penny is the doubled die error. This happens when parts of the design appear doubled because of a mistake during die production. On rare examples, collectors can notice doubling in the letters, date, or Lincoln's features. Another famous variety is the re-punched mint mark error, where the mint mark appears punched more than once. Even though your coin has no mint mark, collectors still search for strange die varieties and unusual strike errors connected to the Philadelphia issues. There are also off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, and coins struck on the wrong metal blanks. These dramatic errors can sometimes sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. And this is exactly why coin hunting has become so popular online. People love the thrill of checking their change and imagining they could discover a hidden treasure worth life-changing money. Now let's address the big headline everyone talks about. Could a 1979 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark really be worth $1,200 million? Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about Lincoln pennies in American coin collecting history, the 1984 Liberty 1 cent with no mint mark. This tiny coin has become a fascinating mystery for collectors around the world. While millions of these pennies were produced, only a few special examples carry rare errors and unique characteristics that can turn an ordinary 1-cent coin into a collector's dream worth thousands of dollars. Some rare reports and auction stories even claim values starting from $1.2 million for extremely rare and perfect examples connected to major minting mistakes. Before you rush to search through your old coins, make sure you watch this entire video because the details you are about to learn could completely change the way you look at pennies forever. The Lincoln Cent series is one of the most iconic coin collections in United States history. Introduced in 1909, the Lincoln penny became the first regular United States coin to feature a real historical figure. The image of President Abraham Lincoln on the front of the coin quickly became a symbol of American history and pride. Now let's focus on the 1984 Liberty 1 cent. The word Liberty appears on the front side of the coin next to Lincoln's portrait. On coins without a mint mark, it means the penny was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During the 1980s, Philadelphia pennies often carried no mint mark at all, which makes these coins very common at first glance. But hidden among millions of ordinary coins are a few rare treasures that collectors constantly search for. One of the most famous varieties connected to the 1984 penny is the doubled ear error. This error happens when the design is accidentally struck twice during the minting process, creating a visible doubling effect on Lincoln's ear. Collectors call this the 1984 doubled ear penny, and it has become one of the most desirable error coins from the 1980s. Under magnification, the extra lobe near Lincoln's ear becomes clearly visible. Many people have accidentally spent these coins without realizing their value. A normal 1984 penny may only be worth 1 cent, but a rare doubled ear version in excellent condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grading and rarity. Now imagine finding one in mint state condition with brilliant red color and almost perfect surfaces. That is where the prices begin to climb dramatically. Professional grading companies carefully inspect these coins for quality, strike details, surface preservation, and color. Coins graded at the highest levels become extremely valuable because very few survive in perfect condition after decades of circulation. Some elite collectors are willing to pay enormous amounts for top-quality examples because rare mint errors combined with near-perfect preservation create an incredibly limited market. This is why stories about massive auction prices continue to spread across the coin collecting community. Another reason the 1984 Liberty 1 cent attracts attention is because many collectors believe there are still undiscovered varieties waiting to be found. Coin experts constantly examine old pennies looking for die cracks, off-center strikes, doubled letters, missing details, and other minting mistakes. Sometimes the smallest detail can change everything. A tiny error invisible to the naked eye might transform a common penny into a rare collectible worth serious money. That is why experienced collectors always recommend checking every coin carefully before spending it. Now let's talk about what makes certain 1984 pennies especially valuable. First is condition. Coins with little or no wear are much harder to find because pennies are heavily circulated in everyday commerce. Most 1984 pennies became scratched, faded, or damaged over time. Second is color. Collectors prefer bright red copper coins because they look newer and more attractive. Brown or dark-colored coins usually sell for lower prices unless they have a major error. Third is rarity. A rare minting mistake automatically increases collector demand. The fewer examples discovered, the more valuable the coin becomes. Fourth is grading. Professional certification from respected grading companies increases trust and market value because buyers know the coin has been authenticated. Now here comes the exciting part. There are stories in the collector world claiming that unique 1984 no-mint mark pennies connected to extraordinary mint errors and perfect preservation could reach unbelievable values starting from $1.2 million in private sales or elite auctions.